Let me tell you a secret. Saying you align to NIST without the operational follow-through is like saying you believe in fitness because you own a pair of leggings, which may be true emotionally, but it's not the same as doing the actual work. Organizations love to say that they align to NIST, which sounds fantastic, very serious, very mature, and very much like everybody in the room owns at least one Navy blazer. But if you look a little closer, what they really mean is that they downloaded the framework, they copied some of the words, they made a slide, and some of the serious ones even made a color-coded maturity chart. And everyone stands around acting like that counts as operational discipline. It does not. NIST is not a centerpiece for your security strategy. It's not corporate wallpaper, and it's definitely not something you get credit for just because some consultant said identify, protect, and detect in a workshop and everybody nodded their heads along like they were in church. The reason a framework is useful is because it forces the ugly questions. Can you identify critical assets? Can you protect them with actual controls? Can you detect something before it becomes a board update? And can you recover without acting like it was unexpected and therefore totally not your fault? That's where this gets embarrassing because a lot of organizations want the framework credibility without the framework behavior. They want governance without ownership. They want risk management without decisions, metrics without the emotional burden of actually being measured, and continuous improvement, but heaven forbid, don't change anything. That's why so many organizations look polished right up until you ask one deeply inconvenient question, like who owns this control, or how can you prove it actually works? This is when suddenly everybody develops a very intense interest in scheduling a follow-up meeting, which in reality means we're not actually prepared for this question and I personally resent your timing. That's the problem. NIST isn't a final achievement. The framework is the assignment. The achievement is whether or not your organization can repeatedly behave in a way that proves it meant what it wrote down. So yes, absolutely, use NIST, use CRA, FDA, ISO, IEC, whatever alphabet soup applies to you. They're useful, they're disciplined, they ask the right questions. But if your security program starts and ends with we map to the framework, then you don't have maturity. You have a very organized form of denial. Because we align to NIST without proof is just a polished way of saying we prefer admiration over inspection.